Chef Raphael here. This is how you chop an onion like a pro. Now the first thing you want to do is to have the right type of knife. The knife you want to have is a chopping knife. Now the chopping knife is the knife, like all of these are chopping knives, the one that has the heel, this part. Why that is important? Because when you're chopping, you want to hold your knife, and the chopping action is this one. You do not want your fingers to touch the surface of the chopping board. So this is a steak knife, but I'll use it as an example. When you hold this knife and you want to chop, it's really hard to chop because your fingers will make the knife not touch the surface of the chopping board. So any knife that doesn't have the heel, this part, will not work for this method that I'm going to show you. Now I'll take any knife, I'll use this one, and I'll show you how to chop it. So I have my onion here. Before I forget, another very important step when it comes to chopping, and like in this case the onion, you need a sharp knife. A sharp knife always makes work easier. And if we start now chopping, the first thing is to peel the onion. I've left the root on. When you leave the root, you'll actually reduce the crying effect that you'll get from the onion. So if you forget and chop it off, no big deal, but if you leave it, you'll actually reduce the crying. So first of all, cut it into two and put the flat side down. The next thing you want to do is, using the tip of your knife, cut like this. I want finely chopped, so I'm cutting it into fine small spaces in between. The other thing I'm also not doing is cutting till the end. I'm cutting up to this point. I'll explain why as we continue. The reason why you're doing that is we want the onion to be intact. Now the other way you can do this, you can turn it around and start chopping, but to make it much easier to get the finely chopped onion, you can also do this. You can do even the second one here, that's optional, and then chop. Because the onion has layers, the already diced onion will be small pieces, and that's the chopped onion. Now the motion that I'm actually using when chopping is the knuckles of my finger are at the front, and the nail part is at the back. So you hold it like this, like a tennis ball basically, but the knuckles to be at the front, so that the knuckle will actually guide and prevent me from cutting myself. As I move, I'm moving backwards slowly by slowly with the knuckle guiding me. When it comes to this part, you do not want to waste it. This is all that you throw away. And then this final part, you finely chop like that. So this movement is the chopping movement when you're doing this. So because this is a chopping knife, my fingers will not be touching the bottom. My fingers will not be touching the chopping board as I chop. Now with practice, you'll be able to do it very fast. And that's how you chop like a pro. Hope this tip has been helpful.